Hey everyone, my name is Chloe and today I'm here to do my June book haul revisit. So if you have not seen one of these videos, what I'm doing is going through my book haul videos, my ins and outs from 3 years ago, and I'm seeing, have I read all the books that I hauled? 3 years is a pretty long time. However, I know there are some books on my shelf that have been there much longer. I unfortunately just don't have like video evidence of hauling them that long ago. So I'm going back 3 years ago, seeing if I actually read the books, and if not, I am going to read them and vlog them for you. So, I last month, because I've been on a roll that three years ago, I'm actually reading the books that I read. I either have 0 or 1 or 2, and that's it. And so to make these books more, or videos more interesting, if there's like less than 3, I'm going to jump to 2 years from now and also do that. So let's watch the video from June of 2021. So in June of 2021, we had sold our house, but we had yet to move. We sold our house in May and didn't move all the way till August. So it was a long summer of like packing, and it was an awful move with just some people that made it really, really hard. So it was a very stressful summer. I would hope that I wasn't buying that much because we were about to move. And I mean, I knew we were going to be there a while, so I could potentially read them and get rid of them or whatever. But hopefully I didn't haul that much. I don't know. So let's see. I also, in June of 2021, I had a 1-year-old. My second daughter turned 1 in June. So that happened. Otherwise, I don't really know. Reading that. So at that time, I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what we were doing. So let's just cut to the video. I am, like always, going to put it on 2 times speed so you guys don't have to sit through me rambling, because clearly I like to chat. So let's see where we're at and what I hauled in June of 2021.
So The Summer of the Sea by Jeannie. This one I was given by Forever. Thank you to them. This is about a girl who, she grew up on this, I think it was a summer house or something, and she had this first love, and then her sister stole her first love. And so her and her sister have been estranged since. Now, for some reason, they are coming back to this house, and both sisters are there. They have to kind of work it out. And I don't know if they're going back to the house or the island, but I think then there's a romance between her and the landlord. And so this says, One Summer Can Change Your Life. Jeannie writes touching, beautiful stories. I think it's mostly about the sisters, but I don't know that for sure. It says a page-turning novel about the powerful bond between sisters, the painful joy of first love, and the realization that we may not always get what we want, but if we're lucky, we might get exactly what we need. So again, this kind of fits with that control theme, but I'm excited to read this one. Next is There You'll Find Me by Jeannie Jones. So this is one that Mom gave me, so Mom, thank you. This is a YA about a young girl whose brother dies, and then she decides to stay in Ireland. I think she's doing like a study abroad, so she kind of puts her plans on hold, stays in Ireland to follow her brother's travel journal. So I think she's just trying to discover more about her brother. I'm guessing there's a romance. I don't really know. I'm excited. I love books set in Ireland, and I've really been in a YA mood lately, so there's this. Next is the Book of the Month ones. And you guys, you're supposed to pick one. I picked 3 last month. So this month I have not picked my picks, and I'm kind of thinking I might just sit this month out, not because there's nothing that's interesting, but because I've got to slow my roll on this. So the first one, of course, is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Who's surprised? I'm not. This one is about 4 siblings and their summer parties, I think, in Malibu, and the house catches on fire. Don't really want to know much more than that. Can't wait to read this. Love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know there is a connection to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm not going to reread that one to see it. This is just one of the husbands and his kids, I think. So I'm not that worried about missing connections. Next is Sky Falling by Nina Kinsey, and I haven't heard really anybody talking about this one, but I think it sounds so good. So this is about a woman who, she's like in her mid-20s, and she's really strapped for cash, so she decides to donate her eggs. Well, now it's like 17 years later or something, and one of her children comes back to her, and I just think it sounds really interesting. So can't wait to see what this is about. Last is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. So this one I have seen a lot of people talk about. Nicola Yoon is another.
Okay, so far we are in good shape. I read 4, have not read 1, and I didn't unhaul any without reading. So, yeah, I have A Summer by the Sea by Jenny Hale, which I think the reason that I haven't read that is because I can only get it physically, and I have a love-hate relationship with Jenny Hale. So, there's that one. So, let's jump forward to June of 2022. So, is that right? Is that right? Yeah, so in June of 2022, we lived here, and my middle daughter was turning 2, so I had a 2 and a 4-year-old, and I was very pregnant, and I don't think we had found out yet that my third kiddo had medical complexities. So I would have been somewhere around the 20-week pregnant mark in June, maybe a little over, a little under, I don't know. So let's go see what happened in June of 2022.
Is These Things Hidden by Heather Gudenkauf. So I love Heather Gudenkauf. She is like a mix of, I would say, like domestic drama, thriller, kind of heavy books. And this one is about a girl who is teenager Allison Glenn is sent to prison for a heinous crime. And so it's she's sent to prison, and she leaves behind her reputation as a golden girl. Her parents deny the existence of the once perfect child. Her former friends exalt her in her downfall, and her sister is left to like kind of live in her shadow. Well, then she's released to a halfway house, and she really wants to connect with her estranged sister. And there's something about a little boy that has to do do with, like, I'm guessing what she did, and his adoptive mother, and I don't know, lots of secrets. I love sister books, and so I think this is going to be really good. I love her writing style, so the premise sounds interesting. Can't wait to try it. It does have deckled edges, which is not my favorite, but this one's pretty short, and like I said, I love her, so I'm not really worried about it. I've actually never seen her picture, but she's pretty. Gosh, never knew what she looked like, so there you go. Next is A Time to Dance by Kingsbury. So this is about an older couple who is on the brink of divorce, and then their grown daughter comes to them and, like, as they're sitting down their kids to say, like, hey, we're getting divorced, she's like, hey, I'm getting married. And so they decide to, like, hide their news and kind of pretend. And so then I think there's probably a little bit of, like, questioning, are we doing the right thing? I don't know. Kingsbury, she writes good Christian fiction, so I'm hoping this will be a sweet story of a family reconciling, I hope. Next is The Girls in the Garden by Jewell. So Lisa Jewell is a thriller author that I love when I'm, like, feeling slumpy, because she always has short chapters. And so this one is about this, like, garden community where it's like everybody, it's a communal living situation where you leave your doors open, everybody's kids go to everybody's houses, et cetera, et cetera. But then one of the little girls is found dead, and we don't know what happened. So is this a safe place? Is it not? Yeah, this is one of those, like, tall mass markets, and I don't love this format, but obviously I bought it anyway. This also doesn't seem to have that short of chapters. So maybe I got punked, but I like Lisa Jewell regardless. Next is Little Sister by Isabel Ashdown, and this one, you trusted your sister and you shouldn't have. I just think this kind of, like, sister thrillers are so intriguing because I have sisters, I have girls, and, like, just a sister relationship. I have two sisters, and my relationship with each of them is very different, and I just love, like, sister dynamics. Not that, like, we're in a thriller, but, you know. So Jess and Emily are the sisters. They were born barely a year apart, and then something happens, and they are kind of estranged. And now they come back together, and one of them has a daughter that disappears under the sister's care, and so I don't really know what's going on, but this sounds so good. Next is another favorite author of mine, Scottoline. So her books are always, like, 4 stars for me. I don't think I've ever had, like, a 5-star standout, but they're always really good. Again, kind of domestic drama thriller books. This one is about a couple who is trying to conceive. They're struggling with infertility, and they finally decide to use a sperm donor. So they use a sperm donor. She's pregnant. Everything's great. And then they see, like, a most wanted on the news, and the guy looks a lot like their sperm donor. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Next is just another in the saga of my Mary Higgins Clark buys, Where Are the Children? This one actually sounds the best. If you haven't been watching for a while, I have been hauling Mary Higgins Clark because of Tara from Buzzwords Books. She reads her occasionally, and she's the only person on booktube I ever see read Mary Higgins Clark, and she's one of these, like, OG authors that really reminds me of my grandma and just makes me feel, like, nostalgic when I read her. And so I hauled a ton of the books from thrift books or wherever I could find them, and I read one and I didn't like it, but it was one of her, like, really old books. This one I'm not sure when it originally published, but hopefully it's one of her newer ones, because I buddy read the one I read with Tara, and she said she's kind of noticed that the newer ones are better than the other one. So this one says First Pocket Books Trade Edition, August 2011. Oh wait, copyright 1975 was the first copyright. So this might not be good, but this is about a woman who had 2 children and a husband. She fled the heartbreak of her first marriage, the macabre deaths of her 2 little children, and the shocking charges against her. Now she's remarried, has 2 more kids. They're out playing in the backyard on the swing set, and then she looks out and there's only 1 red mitten out there. So it's all happening again, she says. So we'll see. That, like, missing children, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it would be the most triggering thing ever for me, which it kind of is, because I have 2 little children and I'm pregnant with my 3rd. And yet I, like, am so drawn to thrillers about children. Maybe it's because I'm, like, searching for this, like, emotional response. I don't know, but this one sounds really good. Next, these last 2 actually are ones that I was sent from the publisher, so thank you so much to Forever Publishing for sending me these. This one is Sea Glass Summer, and I've read this author before and have mixed feelings about her, but this one is about Kit is her name. Her husband died while serving in the military, and she is trying to kind of pick herself back up. She's got a young son named Ollie, and she thinks she's going to have to sell their house, I forget, the Victorian and Seashell Harbor. So she wants to, before she sells it, she wants to give her son this last unforgettable summer. And then her dead husband's best friend says, like, hey, I'll come help you renovate, take care of the house, whatever. So he comes, and I think the 2 of them start a relationship. He really, like, bonds with the son, and it says her, something about her heart starts to thaw. So I don't know, this feels a little sketchy to me, like falling in love with your husband's best friend when he's dead. I don't know, that sounds a little, like, I don't know. So I'm really on the fence about this, but hopefully it's done well and I like it. And then the last one is The Inn on Sweetbriar Lane. And so this one, it was written by Christina Lauren, if you can see that. It says Must Read Boys and Romance. And this one is about June Woo. She has it all together, but now she's in over her head.
Okay, so it looks like combining the 2 years, I have 10 read and 3 unread. And so I'm going to leave it there, because if I jump forward just to last year, I think we're going to get in a slippery slope of having way too many to read. And 3 feels like a great number to have on my TBR. So we've got Summer by the Sea by Jeannie Hale, A Time to Dance by Kingsbury, which I think is the first in a series. I don't think it's Baxter related, so I think I'm okay to start it. And then, let's see, Sea Glass Summer by Miranda Liasson, maybe. 2 of those 3, I think I can only get physically, or, like, I can only read them physically, so it might take me all month to read all these, but we'll see. And the Sea Glass Summer, I think, is number 2 in a series, and I like the first one, so we will see. So I'm going to go film this month's May's, I'm filming this May 27th, because it is Memorial Day. I might have already said that. And so I am going to go ahead and film this month's massive haul. And I don't know who I was in these years where I was not hauling a lot of books, or what's happened to me in the past year that I'm hauling massive amounts of books. But you guys, it's going to be a big one. So I don't know what, I think you'll see the haul first, but whew, it's a big one. So I'm going to go film that and then start reading these books, and I'll let you know what I think. Hey everyone, so I have finished the first book already of this project, this book haul revisit, because I have really been kind of slumpy lately. And what really helps me is just, like, powering through books. And so I went ahead and read the first, like, 80 or 90 pages last night. And then I had Alexa read the ebook to me this morning while I was doing my workout. And then I finished here during nap. So the book I read was Summer by the Sea by Jenny Hale. And Jenny Hale and I don't typically get along that well, which is why this has been sitting on my shelf for years. And this book didn't like change my mind. So I think it's going to be a 3 star. Like, I think they're all about 3 stars. So this book is about a girl named, oh my goodness, I can't remember, Faith, I think. It's a girl named Faith, and she is going home to the Outer Banks with her family because it's her grandma's birthday. And her and her sister have been estranged. They had a falling out years ago, and now they are not close. She doesn't really want to go. She really doesn't want to see her sister, but she's going for her grandma. So when she goes, first chapter, she goes to this burger place on her way, like right when she gets into town, and there's this guy who's just magnetic and la 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 la. Come to find out, he is the contractor that is like rebuilding their family's lake house or whatever. Now, her family sold the lake house because it was her grandmother's. Grandpa has died. Grandma didn't want to take care of it, or like couldn't take care of it. Mom couldn't do it, whatever. So they sold it, but he's kind of replicating the same house. And their family has rented said house for the weekend or week or whatever. So there's some insta love. So it's that relationship. It's also her healing her relationship with her sister. And like, I feel like I should take this off so you can see my expression because it was dumb. Oh goodness. I was just laying down. Today was my daughter's 4th birthday party. So we had everybody, our family up from both sides, and it was crazy and chaotic and really fun. Lots of cousins, people, all that kind of stuff. And so I laid down with them, and apparently my makeup is everywhere. So maybe I'll put these back on. But anyway, so they are there for a week, and all this healing happens. You know, she repairs the relationship with her sister, which was over a guy who now is married to the sister. And like, okay, I don't know, little petty. I mean, a little petty. I can see how at first that would be really hard, but like, they're married, they have a child, things, you know, whatever. And then the insta love with this carpenter guy, and the carpenter guy has other things going on that like we don't know about right at first, not like in a deep way, but like his life, he's not exactly a carpenter. And their insta love is not, I'm not a fan of insta love at all. And they have like fundamental value differences, and then they're like, it's fine, we'll work through it. And the guy, like, I don't like him at all. He has no backbone, just kind of bends to the wills of others, and yet he's supposed to be this like burly contractor, you know, Mr. Hot Stuff. So really, I don't like this book. Now that I'm talking about it, like, it kept me interested enough. It read pretty quick, but I don't like Faith. I think she's kind of petty. I don't like the relationship because it was insta love, and I never felt any chemistry between them, and they had like literal fundamental value differences that they saw opposite on, and it was like about his livelihood, so something that's not really going to change, and then it just does because the story had to end and it had to work out. So maybe a hot take, Jenny Hale has the best covers, the best titles, the best premises, not the best books. So this one's going to go off my shelves, and I'm going to really think twice about Jenny Hale, I think, because her books are always 3, maybe 3.5 stars for me, at least what I've read. I have not read extensive amounts, so I will probably still read her. I just won't buy her. So now I'm going to start the Karen Kingsbury one, Time to Dance. Is that what it is? I think so. I don't know, but I will update. Like I said, this morning was the party. Now this afternoon we're just kind of chilling, relaxing. It's actually gorgeous out. Like, I'm wearing a long sleeve, and it's like 70 something. But my kids want to swim, and so we are not going to the pool because I'm not doing that. Especially this early in the season, the pool is freezing, and it's not even that warm outside. So they're going to swim here in our backyard. We're going to have burgers because we do that every Sunday, and just kind of clean, get stuff back in order after having a bunch of people here, and get ready for her actual birthday, which is Wednesday. So there's that. So I'll update when I have more to say. Hey everyone, so we are out in our garage doing school out here because it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So we like to sit in the garage, do school, and then the girls can play and do whatever. It's a disaster back there, so don't look. I'm going to actually hold up books because I have 2 to talk about. So I've started A Time to Dance by Kingsbury. So this is the first in her first Timeless Love series, and this is about a couple named Abby and John or something. They were high school, college sweethearts, kind of. Their families have been friends for years, and now they have their own grown children, and they're having a hard time. It's a marriage and trouble book. They're having a hard time. They're on the brink of divorce, and then something happens that stops the divorce, and they are just trying to figure it out. We are really getting to see how their relationship developed, how they got where they are. I will say I'm not really emotionally attached. However, it is very relatable because their reasons are somewhat that, they both are holding resentment and expressing that resentment in different ways because he kind of dedicated his life to work. She kind of dedicated her life to family. Kind of some dynamics that I think are very, very prevalent in relationships. And so, yeah, I think it's relatable in the sense that you can see how they got to where they are. And of course you're rooting for them to figure it out. And we'll just kind of see. So this one is kind of heavy because in present time, they're both really not treating each other well. So it's kind of heavy and hard. But I'm interested to see how things wind up. It is a duology, so I can guess kind of how things wind up. But I want to see the journey to get there. So I'm liking this, and I have this on audio. Now, this book I do not have on audio. I'm reading it physically, and I'm trying to read 90 pages a day to get it done by Thursday so you guys can see this Friday. So if you're seeing it Friday, that means I got it done. If you are not, then I didn't. But this is Sea Glass Summer by, I can't ever say her last name. So it's about a single mom named Kit, who has 2 best friends, but her husband was killed in Afghanistan, and she's got a 5-year-old son. And so she's really just trying to do right by her son, trying to make a life for him. They live with her parents, and it's been great for the past couple years that her husband's been gone. But now she's really ready to take some college classes, get their own place, start over. And her husband's best friend is in town, surprisingly, to help her fix up a house that she owned with her husband that's just dilapidated. She needs to sell it so she has the money to rent or buy something else, but she hasn't had the heart to do it because it was the home she bought with her husband, and it's more work than she can handle or afford. And so he's there to help, and I think it's going to be their romance, and I don't know how I feel about that, but we're about 100 pages in, and so far I'm interested. It's good. Yeah, I'll report back if I get another 90 pages in. So today we are going to do some more school, then run some errands. The baby is sick, not feeling 100%, so we're just kind of laying low today, and it feels good because we have not had a home day in a long time. So here we are. I will update when I have more to say on one of these books. Hey everyone, it's actually later the same day, and I just went to the Dollar Tree because tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, so we always get however many number they are old. We get that many helium balloons and put them on their breakfast chair in the morning. So got some balloons. Of course, you can't go into the Dollar Tree without getting a bunch of other stuff. I looked at the book section. I got some coloring books and just stuff, some stuff that you don't really need, but it's $1.25, so you buy it anyway. So did that, and now I have my earphone in, and I listened to the end of Time to Dance by Kingsbury. So I don't really have a whole lot to add because I don't want to spoil anything, but it is still just this marriage of trouble, and 2 people who have grown resentments and separated themselves emotionally and stopped communicating, and how hard that is, and how hard that is to recover from. And their daughter gets married in this book, and I will say this is a Christian fiction, as Kingsbury always is, and if you are not a Christian, I could see how this would be very heavy-handed in the Christianity element. As a Christian, I really like the faith element. It is very prevalent. And the thing that I didn't like about that is just there's like an audible voice from God that happens a lot to multiple characters in this book. And I mean, that's not really the way God works. There is the Holy Spirit that acts on your heart, and it just got a little overdone in my opinion. But I really like the faith element. I liked how everybody, their instinct wasn't always to pray, but they like eventually got there, and some of their instincts was to pray. And so overall I really enjoyed it, and I would like to read the second one. I'm on hold for it at our library, so I probably won't read it immediately, but soon I will read the second one, because I want, like, the ending is pretty abrupt, and so it definitely needs a sequel. I mean, you could leave it where it is, but like it feels good to have a sequel. So that's that. So now I've read one chapter of the other book, and I need to read 6 to be at my daily page goal. So we'll see. I'm going to run in. The kids are at gymnastics with my husband. I'm going to run in. I already pretty much made dinner, so I just need to finish wrapping gifts, get all this hidden, and then I think I'm prepped for the rest of the birthday stuff. So I can read tonight. But you guys, I'm like painfully exhausted, and I don't know why. Like, I laid with my kids during nap time, so I mean, I wasn't sleeping, but I laid with them. So you would think I'd be like rejuvenated, ready to go, but I'm like exhausted. See, I can't talk about it. Anywho, okay, we'll see you tomorrow, maybe, with an update. We'll see you next time I have an update. How about that? Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, and I'm shocked to tell you I have finished Sea Glass Summer, and I read this all physically because today is my daughter's birthday, and June birthday is just the best because I always just get her outside like water stuff. And so today she got a slip and slide, this little sprinkler attachment. I don't need to hold up this book. A sprinkler attachment that like shoots water up, and you can hit a baseball out of the water, like a wiffle ball out of the water. And then some new pool toys, and we've got our little blow-up pool back here. So we had friends over this morning, and they just played. I read until our friends got here, and then I read after they got here and during nap. And this book is honestly one, I am going to give it maybe 3 stars. I mean, probably 3 stars. It was fine, but like, it's definitely one that you can kind of skim read because not much happens. So this book is about Kit and Alex. So Kit is a widow. Her husband died in Afghanistan. His best friend, Alex, is now back in town trying to help her, or trying to kind of single-handedly fix up her house that her and her husband owned so she can sell it to move on to different things with her son. And at first, she's not really happy to see him, and then of course it becomes romantic, and they start a relationship. And the ex-husband, or like not ex-husband, the dead husband is very much a part of their conversation, and the fact that they are like using each other to heal is very much a part of the conversation. So it didn't really feel like cheater icky, but it did feel like still weird. I don't know. And I felt zero chemistry between them. I don't know. It was fine. I mean, they shared some vulnerable moments about this guy and about his responsibility, like his kind of feelings of guilt and responsibility for what happened and all the things. It was fine. It was fine. I mean, maybe 3 stars, maybe 2.5, maybe 3. I don't know. I'm going to unhaul it. So, glad I got it done. And that's it for the book haul revisit. So 2 years, 3 books maybe. But it feels good. So it's only Wednesday, so you should be seeing this Friday, which means yay. I don't know. I think I inserted some clips. Today is my daughter's birthday, and so I think I just told you that. Goodness gracious. Now we just played a little like roulette for dinner. So everybody, we play a game, and it just decides what foods you get. So now I have to go prepare a bunch of different foods. All of her favorites and things. I was just realizing I didn't do olives, and she loves olives, but she's the only one in my family that does. So anyway, that's it. I will see you next month for the next round. So far, I feel really good. I love this project, and I'm really grateful to get stuff off my shelf. So feels good. Thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you in the next one.